So you're thinking about moving to Jacksonville, Florida, and the surrounding areas like St. Augustine, and you're not quite sure what's around there. What are you going to get for your money? What do the neighborhoods look like? You know, how close are we to downtown? What does everything look like in St. Augustine? Well, in this video, we're going to take you around St. Augustine. We're also going to show you a couple of neighborhoods just to give you a sense for what your money's going to get you here in the St. Augustine, Florida area. And if you stick with us to the end, I'm going to show you one special feature about the last neighborhood that is an absolute selling point and why my family and I ended up moving to St. Augustine. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to living in the Jacksonville, Florida area and the St. Augustine area, then click on subscribe, tap the bell for notifications so that you'll be the first to know of the changing market conditions, what's going on here in the market in Jacksonville and St. Augustine. Hi, my name's Chris Snow with the Florida Coastal Team, and my team and I, we get calls, texts, and emails from folks just like you every single day looking for help relocating and moving to the Jacksonville and St. Augustine area, and we absolutely love it. So reach out, give us a call, send us a text, give us an email, and all of our information is down below. And whether you're moving in the next 2 weeks, the next 2 months, the next 2 days, we're here to help and to make that process and make that transition to the St. Augustine area as quick and easy and as smooth as possible. As we just stated at the opening, we're here in St. Augustine, Florida, and we are going to be doing a little bit of a tour. And where I'm at right now is in northeast St. Augustine, the northern part of the town. So we're about 15 minutes from downtown. And one of the things that you're going to notice is that a lot of these neighborhoods that have been built in the northern part of the town are now what we call self-contained communities, meaning that all your shops, restaurants, and everything are right within walking distance or right within the communities themselves. In this particular neighborhood, one of the things you're going to see right across the street, you'll see there's a Starbucks Plaza. You can get your hair cut. They've got a great Pacific bistro or an Asian bistro, great Italian restaurant. And then right back behind me here, you'll see great Mexican restaurant. We've got all kinds of stuff. And then pretty much everywhere you're going to go in and around the St. Augustine area, you are going to find one of these great Publix grocery stores right behind me. That is one of the staples that we have here in Northeast Florida. Publix is one of the great grocery chains that we love visiting. We're up here almost every afternoon going in and just grabbing something to go. So as you can see, a lot going on right here in this little section. But everything that you would need in this particular neighborhood, and there's actually 3 communities that are attached to this. And one thing that you can't see, but right behind me, less than a quarter mile away, is an elementary school right within the community itself. So a lot of these communities, kids are walking right to the school itself. And you know, that's one of the things that if you watched one of our videos that is the map tour of St. Augustine, you'll see where we're at. And then if you watched our pros and cons of moving to St. Augustine, one of the things that we note in there is the school system here in St. Johns County. So we're going to jump to it. We're going to get ready and go to the first house, and we're going to head there right now. All right, so we're at our first house, our first stop, and we're going to be taking a look at a house that's in the $500,000 range. And as I was driving into the neighborhood, one of the things that I noticed right off the bat is this is a very traditional Florida neighborhood, meaning that most of the houses are going to have that stucco exterior. There will be some houses that have some brick or some brick finish, but a majority of the houses, the majority of the style in the neighborhood, in this particular neighborhood, is going to be that Florida design. Now, the house right behind me is the one that we're going to be looking at, and this is listed for $500,000, and the property is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, just under 2,200 square feet, and built in the year 2010. Now that's pricing at about $227 a square foot, which is very typical for the average in this North St. Augustine area. And one of the things that you'll notice is that with the house being in 2010, being built in 2010, the neighborhood itself is still pretty established. So you'll see that a lot of the trees, and you'll see some of these right behind me, some of the oak trees are not brand new saplings. They've got a little bit of maturity to them. A lot of the landscaping very mature, and so even though the house is relatively new in 2010, the neighborhood itself has been being built out since about 2004, 2005. And again, we'll take a look at the house right behind us, and you'll notice that a lot of the yards are just well kept, very well manicured. You're going to find that in a lot of the homeowners associations. Now, where this house and where this neighborhood is located, we're about 15, maybe 20 minutes to the beach. We're about 15 minutes to downtown St. Augustine, and we're about 35 minutes to the St. John's Town Center, which is up in Jacksonville. That's where your major shopping is. So you're still pretty close to everything. Commute to the airport from this area is about a 40-minute commute, but just great opportunity in this particular neighborhood to buy a newer design house, very well manicured. And for our folks that are moving in, we get a lot of folks moving from California, New York, New Jersey, Illinois, Washington State. So people that are coming from those areas, they'll notice that we get a lot of house, a lot of bang for our buck. And so the next couple of houses that we're going to see, you'll see bigger houses at and not much, not too much higher of a price point. So we'll go take a look at those right now. But again, this house listed $500,000, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, just about 2,200 square feet, year built 2010, in a great little neighborhood that's got a lot of charm, a lot of character with these Florida design homes. And we're going to go drive over. We'll give you some a quick little tour of the neighborhood as we're heading out. All right, so we're at our second stop here in North St. Johns County, and one thing I failed to note in the first video on that first house is that you see me in long sleeve shirts right now. So I'm shooting this about a week before Christmas here in North St. Augustine. And temperature out today, we had a little bit of a cold front come through last night. It's about 55 degrees. It's supposed to get up to almost 70 today, but still a little bit, sun's a little bit low in the sky right now, so it's a little bit colder. But for the most part, you're going to find some great temperatures here in the North St. Augustine area. If you like a little bit of a change of season, we do have that here. So now we're here in the neighborhood. Again, another Florida design neighborhood. Most of these homes are stucco. They do have a little bit of character to them. Some will have some brick accents, some will have some full brick, but for the most part, it's going to be a stucco based home. The yards in this neighborhood, very well kept. And one of the things that you're going to notice is that this home was built in 2014. It's actually right here behind me. You know, this one was built actually in 2014. So this neighborhood is a lot newer than the last house that we saw. And so one of the things that you'll see is that a lot of these trees, and you'll see some of the trees right here behind me, again, not a whole lot of maturity to them. Most of the builders, when they came in, starting 2012, 2013, when they were building these neighborhoods, they would completely clear cut the trees. And so they have to build back from scratch, and they build back with the smaller trees. And again, you'll notice one right over there, a little maple, and then right here behind me, small little oak. Now, give it enough time, that's going to be a great tree that's going to give you a lot of shade and a lot of stuff, and look nice over time, but it's going to take a little while. But the home right behind me, again, this one is listed for $749,000. So that's what your money's going to get you for a $749,000 property. It's a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath home. It's got 4,289 square feet. Built 2014, and that's pricing out right around $175 a square foot, which is really, really low here for this St. Augustine area. So if someone's looking for a good deal, or they need a big home, moving from the Northeast, moving from California, if they're not used to having a whole lot of space or having to pay a whole lot of money to get this type of square footage at $175 a square foot, this is an amazing opportunity, amazing buy. And these don't come up that often here in St. Johns County, but I did want to give you at least a look of what $750,000 would get you here in the north part of the county. And we're going to take a quick ride through the neighborhood, and we're going to go to our last property. That one's going to be listed right at about just shy of $900,000. So I wanted to give you guys in the video today a 500, something in the 700s, and something that's in the 800s, just under 900. And I think you'll see that the neighborhoods will look a lot different from one another. So we're going to head over to the next property right now. All right, so we're at our third property here and in North St. Johns County, North St. Augustine. And again, with this particular neighborhood, it's actually a nice mixture of what we would call low country homes, Florida style homes. And there's some colonials and stuff like that in this particular neighborhood. So a little bit more variety in this neighborhood. And one of the things that you're gonna see about this particular property is it does have a 3-car garage. It's actually a really neat property, and then it's got a little in-law suite to it, and you can't really see it on the outside, but there is a separate entry for your in-law suite. And the neighborhood as a whole, very well kept, very mature. This neighborhood was starting to be built around 2002, 2003. This is a newer section of the neighborhood, but this particular home, it's listed for $899,000. It's pricing out at about $245 a square foot. And you know, one of the things is it's a little bit on the higher price point that you're going to find in the county, but not on the high end. So it's still priced pretty well. 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, 3,700 square feet, just over 3,700 square feet. This home was built in 2018. So one of the things that you'll find in this particular neighborhood with the differences of ages that are built, some of the homes that are original in this neighborhood, and as you can see, this particular street was all built out about the same time. There are some mature trees, even though it was built in 2018. This developer actually did a great job of preserving a lot of the trees, especially in the back of the homes. One of the things you'll notice right in between the houses, that there's a lot of green space back behind there. These houses aren't backing up to anything, they're backing up to a preserve. The one thing that the developer did was they did a really good job of carving the neighborhood around the community itself. But with this particular house, as you'll see, you've got a 3-car garage. It's a 2-car bay on one side and 1 car on the other. This is this neighborhood is actually a golf cart neighborhood. And what we're finding is a lot in St. Johns County, a lot of these neighborhoods are getting registered so that people can drive their golf carts in and around the neighborhood, because the neighborhoods are really, really big. This particular neighborhood, there's about 1,900 homes in the neighborhood. So it's a pretty decent sized neighborhood. And but you know, again, they keep the yards up well. Location, as we talked in the first video and at our first property, we're only about 15 minutes to downtown St. Augustine. We're about 15 minutes to the beach. To the airport, it's about a 40-minute drive without too much traffic. And to the St. John's Town Center, where all that good shopping is, that's only about 25-30 minutes at the most. So this is ideally located, great price point. And one of the things I said at the top when I opened up the video is that we were going to show you something really special about this neighborhood. We're going to drive you there right now, and that is going to be the boardwalk going out to the Intracoastal Waterway. We're going to give you a couple of views of that, and we're going to head there right now. All right, thanks so much for staying with us to the end. And as I promised, I wanted to show you one of my favorite selling points of this particular neighborhood. And this is right about a 1 mile walk from the community out to the Intracoastal Waterway. One of the things that you'll notice as you go down, you'll see the boardwalk going and meandering all the way through the Intracoastal Waterway and some of the little islands that are out there. So if you're in this neighborhood, you live in this neighborhood, you can walk out to this, you can do jogging. They've got fishing right at the end of the pier. And if you look right back behind me, what we've got is an eagle's nest and a habitat for eagles back there. And we also have all kinds of osprey and other normal Florida wildlife that you'll find here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've got questions and you guys want to talk about real estate here in the St. Augustine area, please reach out, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. Would absolutely love to connect with you. God bless, guys. Have a great day.